Hey performance golfers, Matt Walter coming at you with a great tip to put that golf ball on a leash and make it stop like a tour pro. So what we're going to do is put this golf ball with a little drop and stop action. We got an 85-yard flag. We're going to try and spin this wedge, nice little bit of sauce on it, and make this baby stop and purr at the hole. So what we're going to do is I'm going to give you some great nuggets about how the club needs to work and what we're looking for to make this ball get in the hole and do it with a lot more control. So one of the main things we look for when we're trying to launch our wedges is there's a certain window of launch angle, roughly 30 degrees, that we want to hit our wedge shot. Now you say, Coach, I don't have a TrackMan. I can't measure that stuff. Perfect, that's okay. You can see how high the ball goes. If your ball flight, what I like to tell my players, if the ball flight is getting a lot higher than the tree line, you're in trouble. So I try and keep my wedges below twice the height of the trees, okay? If I can keep my wedge flight under two tree heights, I'm doing pretty good at keeping the ball flight down with a good bit of spin. And so what we're trying to do with that is it becomes a much more controllable launch vector when it comes to distance control, okay? If we launch it too high, we'll lose some spin, but launching a little bit lower, we're also gonna spin the ball a little bit more. So that's kind of a peak idea when we're looking at this wedge shot. Now, the variables we have to consider when we're hitting these wedges is when we're playing like an early morning day like we have today, the dew on the grass has water, right, because there's dew. That acts as a lubricant and actually reduces friction on the face, which is reducing spin. So early morning rounds, you may not spin the ball as much as you would in the late afternoon where it's nice and dry. So what you have to consider here is what elements are we putting in front of us that's going to prevent the ball from spinning. So the more grass we put in the ball, or on the club face, between the club face and the ball, that reduces spin, so shots out of the rough don't spin as much from the fairway. If we can increase friction on the face, we can increase spin. So we want to hit a shot that allows us to reduce the things that are between the club face and the ball, so we have crisp contact and we can spin this ball greatly. Now, a big misconception that I hear all the time about trying to hit a spinning wedge shot is that you have to hit down on the golf ball. This is accurate when you look at TrackMan numbers. The club has to be going down as far as attack angle. The mistake that is made, and if you learn nothing else from today's video, learn this. Your hands cannot keep going down at the ball in order to try and hit it low. I'm gonna repeat that again. Your hands don't keep going down to hit a low wedge shot. To the opposite, they are rising up. Hear that again, your hands are going up when you hit this golf ball. So when you hit this wedge, what I tell my players is by the time your hands cross your right thigh, roughly your right thigh, your hands should start traveling up and closer to your body, so more this way, as you finish the swing. Where I see a lot of my players' fault is if we had to imagine the golf swing traveling on a plane, or a circular plane, the best we can. We know it's not really circular, but going around the circle for the sake of argument, is that our hands shoot off the tangent line from here, and they go straight down the target line. The club head keeps going to the right, and the golf ball shoots to the right, or we sometimes catch that ugly hosel shot. So the key to this is we have to feel the club come around our body and up. And we want to do that with some shaft lean. Okay, so we want their hands in front of the ball a little bit. As we hit this shot, we'll have a little bit of shaft lean, hands coming up and around as we go to the finish. Now, a great little piece of information that I've picked up along the way that I like to think about when I do this is when I hit this nice little wedge shot, I want to try and take as little grass as I can. I want a nice brushing with the surface. Okay, so I'm not trying to like pick it. I'm trying to get a nice interaction with the turf, but it's not going down into the ground. I don't want to take a large pellet when I hit this little wedge shot. I want to kind of nip it because, again, the more grass I put around the ball, the less it can spin. So if I'm going to hit this little wedge at our target, let's see if I can get one to spin real quick for us. About an 85-yard little wedge. And you can see it has that nice little drop and stop action on it, right? barely any divot, but now I got something on my club face. So I need to take that a little extra time, clean the club face off, get the grooves nice and clean, so I can hit this wedge shot pretty crisp and pure, okay? Now, one other little nugget. Hitting a draw-like shot typically produces a better spin on the ball than that little fade shot from this range. So what we're trying to do is maybe think more draw biased. So when we're set up to hit this shot, we can kind of feel that inside out motion as we go through delivery. So the big thing again is we want to get good compression on the face, some friction on the face, so nothing interfering with the blades of grass. And we want to make sure we're going to a good finish. We want to finish with a great turn, hands coming in and up to the finish line, not down and out, because that's when we start to flip. Also, if you try and get forward press, another fault I see is if we try and get too much shaft lean forward press, I'll see players lean back. Well, the problem is when we start to lean back, put pressure on our back foot, we'll have a better tendency to flip it than lean it. So, one last final little nugget. Get set up and put a little more pressure towards the lead foot. Maybe 60-65% towards that front side, just to ensure that you get a little bit more in front of the ball and get a nice crisp hit on it. So again, we get a little pressure forward. We're going to try and finish more up and into our left hip pocket and try and hit a nice little draw spinner. And we do all that, the ball will hit, spin nicely, have a little crisp bite on it. We'll throw some darts at the flag, giving ourselves a couple of nice sweet putts. If you liked the video I just gave you with all the great nuggets, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Leave a comment if you have any questions. I'll answer them to you the best that I can in a timely manner. We'll get some great nuggets in there to help you really learn how to do this. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to having some more up there for you in the near future.